Okay, looking good. I think we're working. I'm just doing some testing, basically testing out some screencasting and see if this works. This might present some opportunities where we can actually share some share my computer screen and do stuff. I'm just going to have a bit of a play at the moment. I've got to design something for Thomas. It's a rearward facing antenna mount using a Unify Pro that he wants to use on his Impulse RC 6-inch Alien. This is a 6-inch Alien that is running with a 5-inch, sorry, he's running a 5-inch Alien body with 6-inch arms. He's been wanting to do this for a while. So we've got the quad set up and we're going to just do some design work for him. So I don't know whether anyone's interested in this or not, but I'm just having a bit of a play. If you find this boring, by all means, you can do something else. Or if you've got any questions, fire away. I'll try to answer questions as I go. I'm not going to do much talking because this is going to be pretty awkward. I've never tried to design while talking. We'll see how we go. So I'm going to start with the Unify Pro. What should I call this? That'll do. We'll design the connector first. It'll make sense when you see exactly what I'm doing. Hi, Justin. XJet. Hey, howdy. So this is going to probably bore the hell out of everyone, but I'll try and do this as quickly as possible. So how big is this guy? 16.2. Some of these measurements written down already, and it's what is it? Let's get the vernier out. Okay. Let's go about center. I'll usually actually center this guy and constrain him, but I won't bother with this because I'm going to try and speed things up a bit. Otherwise, it's going to get pretty painful. So what I'll do, oh, wrong one, export. So I'm already making mistakes. How big is this guy? It's 1.7 mils. So that's the first part. Let's put some, where are we? Here we go. Chamfer this guy. This computer's really laggy. And we want to go 0.25, I think should be about right. Whoa, what did I do wrong there? Yes, Katia 5, pretty ancient, eh? 2.5. Okay. Go in here. And we'll put a couple of holes in this guy. Actually, I should have done this right. I hate it when you take shortcuts and you realize you've just wasted your time. And we'll go this way too. Make this guy equal to that. And divide that by 2. It's in center. Okay, this guy, make him equal to this measurement. Function divided by 2. Okay, that's better. Okay. Now we can put some holes in here. 2 holes we want. And how big is this guy? Vernier. Sorry, I'm measuring. 2.87. We'll go from there to there. The distance is 6 millimeters. I'm just bumping the mic. Oops. And we'll just mirror this guy over. And we'll pocket that. And there we go, we've got holes here. Let's do the top bit now. How big is this guy here? 3 mils. Pad. A mistake. Quite surprised, eh? The pressure of having people watch me do what I'm doing. Okay, that the right size. That looks better. And what we'll do is do the top part now. I'm only going to ballpark this because I don't really need this bit here. 6.21. And that guy pads up 5. Actually, I can fix that up a little bit more. Only ballpark this guy. Put that there. Say about there. And we'll go like that. That doesn't have to be accurate. But there you go. That'll do. So that's the first part done. And now what we need to do is actually build, he wants it facing outwards from the quad, going backwards. So we're going to use the standoffs to actually support this guy on either side. And we'll see how we go. I'm not sure how it's designed. I think he wants to mount an LED at the back too. So I'll probably have to angle that LED maybe 25 degrees or 30 degrees facing downwards. So when the quad's leaned over, it should actually be pointing forward. And insert existing part. I should have done this way. And it's get that part back in there again. So what I've got is an assembly. I'm going to put that part back in the assembly so I can actually work off an assembly. It's a little bit easier. And then I'll design the part that I'm going to be 3D printing. It should make life a lot easier. Oh, what program am I using? This Buzz Hobbies. I'm using Katia. It's something that I only know how to use 2 3D programs. One's Maya, and that's used for visualization, movies, animations, cartoons, those sorts of things. And Katia, which is I've only used in the aerospace industry. So I think the automotive industry uses it, so do a whole lot of other companies. So that's pretty much the only 2 3D applications I know. Thomas knows how to use SketchUp, but I have no idea how to use SketchUp at all. Wrong one. That's better. So the part's in here now in the assembly, so you can sort of see what that looks like, and it's going to be going out this way. So what I want to do now is insert a new part in the assembly. New part. And we'll call this, I suppose, 3D printed TBS rear ant mount. That's a really long name. We'll go this way. No, XY plane. That's what I want. And I'm going to do a sketch. So what we'll do here is I'm going to sort of model the standoffs that we're going to be using. Let's get this measurement right first. So this is the standoff. How big are the standoffs? Let me measure one up. Okay, standoffs are enough clearance. And I'll do another one. Make it about 3 mils. Imagine the standoff's going to go in between here. So what I need to do now is get this spacing right. I need an alien to measure. So how big is this? This is one good thing about Soma. Unlike myself, his measurements are always whole numbers or half numbers. 28.5. So 28.5 divided by 2. That's where that'll go. And what we'll do now is make a second one of those guys up and put that over there. So if you can imagine, say we're at the full length of the frame, which it won't, standoff, which is a 35 mil standoff. I don't think we'll go 35, but for argument's sakes, that's what it would look like. You know, obviously this guy's colliding. I have to move him backwards or forwards, but I'm not sure exactly where he's going to go at the moment. I'll probably push him out a bit more so we can screw the antenna on a little bit easily. Okay. So I've got to make a whole heap of parts available on Thingiverse. That's the next thing I've got to do. So that's on the cards. I hope the audio is actually all right out of this. I've got no idea. I've never run audio on this computer, so I've got no idea what the audio level's like. But I am running a an Audio Technica mic, so it should be decent if it's actually working. Okay, go back into the assembly. Just want to move this guy out a bit because he's irritating me. And down there's going to be up here somewhere. Okay. Actually, I'll do it an easier way. I can hear the pitter-patter of Thomas's feet coming. Hi, Tom.
Hello.
I'm designing a part for you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're live, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
So I reckon...
Buzz is in.
Sorry?
We got Buzz hobbies.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's cool. For me to drop... okay, it's dropping video.
Someone knows this video.
Oh, yes. Maybe... Do you reckon I have a flush with there where this is going to go into?
Oh, I don't know.
Like if I go...
You see,
like
originally what I was going to do is have it so it just kind of like flips in, and then you have like a rubber band or something that goes around the back. So it's just like...
I want to screw in.
You're going to make it screw in properly?
Yeah,
okay.
So it doesn't wobble around. Otherwise, it's going to go... It's going to drive you nuts.
Okay.
So what I was thinking of is I could do something like this.
Because my other thing is if that plastic bit's not strong, if the antenna gets hit and crash, the plastic part's going boom.
You don't crash, so you're laughing. So if I make that, say, about 3 mils, that's pretty thick. And what I can do is actually put some fillets around here.
That would be good.
So if I pad that out, I'll show you what I mean.
So use M2s?
Oh, I'm not sure. That's going the wrong way, isn't it? So if we've got that there now, how does that look to you? And what I can do here, sorry, I'm talking to Thomas here. I'm probably going to drive it. It's going to be
PLA plastic.
PLA, yeah, because I want a little bit of stiffness. So if I go here.
And also we don't have TPU.
If I go 3 mils. Oh, too big, is it?
No, I figured it out there.
Yeah, I want to fix it. I'll probably go 2 mils.
It's a little dopey there.
Stop complaining. It's not big. It's too big, is it? Gosh.
Maybe have it so it joins onto the end face. I suppose I'm pointing at the screen, but people ain't actually know what I'm pointing at. Because there's their camera.
It's up to you.
That looks pretty good.
So I'll have a bit of strength there. I could probably radius these off too, but I'm not going to radius them. It looks nice as sharp points. What do you reckon?
Oh, well, I was thinking, would you get a little bit more if you went to the edge of the, like, what do you call it? The side of the hexagon.
So would this go on the inside? Is this going to go on that
I was
side?
originally going to have it on the inside, but...
The antenna might not screw it all the way in.
Yeah.
So this has got to go on the outside, doesn't it?
Probably.
And it's probably going to screw into this. Is that correct?
Yeah, you probably want to run, like, some kind of, like, nut at the back or something that you just screw into.
Okay, let's get this at the same, so we know what we're doing. We're going to make...
Actually, you'll also need a hole for the is it coax?
You want the coax to go through the other side too? I thought we're just going to stick this on. This is the awesome thing about designing something like that. You realise all of a sudden...
PLA snaps into it. We only have PLA.
Yeah, we only have PLA.
And PLA has worked out well.
Actually, PLA's worked really well for us.
It's like, it may not be the best option for, like, the RC stuff, but,
our GoPro mounts are actually done with PLA, and we've only broken a couple, you reckon?
And my prototype fairings for my Helix are PLA too.
Yes.
So
I reckon the antenna will go high.
File on Thingiverse.
I'll get up there if it works. This could be a crappy design. You may not want it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we'll go there. Reckon that's all right?
That should be good, yeah. How far is that off the top? Because I've also got the way my antennas are mounted. You might need to actually cut out a little bit at the top. So
I can bring it lower.
Just for my wires. My alien builds a little period this one. It looks cool though. And that's what matters.
But they reckon? It's going to be low enough. And the antenna will sort of slightly come up a bit.
Yeah, and then we can run LED at the bottom or something too.
We always modify it anyway if we want to, so it's not a big deal. So what I'll do is I'll pop a hole in the back of this guy.
So you can just a hole, like a channel that goes from the top. This goes...
Oh, that's a good idea. The hole won't work. Oh my goodness. There's no way a hole would work. It just wouldn't work.
But
gosh.
You could do that. Maybe have it go in and then have that little, like, cut out the top bit a little more just so my wires fit in.
Okay.
But then, but you have your main little channel there.
Okay, so what we'll do then, we'll go something along the lines of...
Are you going to mount the SMA on the outside?
Yeah, I think we'll have to.
Or like that or through the hole. Probably on the outside like that because, you know, since PLA is brittle, we have had to make this a little bit thick. So
I'll go like that.
if you... Actually, how far does the antenna screw into this? Because isn't that the bit you can go up to? Have a look at that.
What?
On there, that little bit there.
No, you can't.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it has to be mounted on the outside. There we go.
Okay, so I've got that there. Let's get this dimension right here.
House Thomas HSC. We have V.
Yeah, Victoria. I did HSC back in my days, and Thomas is doing VCE, but he's only got one VCE subject because he's in year 11. Is that right? You can come closer. You can tell him about it.
Well, I did have one VCE subject I was doing in year 11, but we just started year 12, so now I'm doing all my other subjects. So, yeah, VCE. I think it's similar to HSC.
When do you get the results for that? Do you know?
12th of December.
Okay.
So Sim will know how I did.
Oops, wrong one.
Okay, we can shoulder back.
So this will be the slot. I'll mirror that.
Hey, this is our first proper live stream.
I'm not sure.
Really proper, but like, you know what I mean. It's our first.
It's not really a proper live. Oh, I suppose.
I mean, we've done
live, but it's not really. It's not a really. I'm not sure if there's any point behind this, doing this, other than testing. It seems to be working, so.
Doing what? The live stream.
Yeah, is that all right?
Live stream's fun.
So we'll go. Just cut that out. Okay. And what I can do now is I can go.
You'll need to wind up a little more on the top for this. Because that's the way my cable ties are.
I'll fix that up in a minute.
Actually, I could just mount my antenna somewhere else.
So what I'll do now, I was going to do before you really interrupted me. Okay, we're going to go like this guy. That there. There we go. Update it, and it's in the center. So you're going to probably have a little coax.
Someone wants to see a wing video.
A wing video. Yeah, I know. We've got the wings. We're going to start.
We've got a legit 32 and a 36 now too.
And in all honesty, our weather's been pretty poor, hasn't it? Okay, so if I go, you wanted this? Did you want a rounded chamfer? Or do you want do you want one of these ones?
Well, I'm not sure. Just as long as it's big enough for this.
Or do you want rounded?
I think you might have to go like.
You want to round it so it's nice and smooth, so don't like.
Yeah, but you might need to push that down before you round it.
Like that?
Yeah.
Is that okay or not?
Yeah, that's good. But then what about this?
Oh, those antennas.
Yeah, so you have to round it, but like cut off this top section a little bit just for the cable tie. That's how thick it needs to be.
Okay.
Yes,
okay, we'll leave it there.
It has to be only about 3.5 mils down.
Okay. So what we'll go is into this guy here. What sort of screws are you going to use to hold this in? Are you going to just screw it straight into this, or we're going to have like a nut that's going to press fit in the back of it?
In the back. Do you reckon press fit?
You could press fit it. I've got enough room there. I can't tell.
Actually, that's a good point too. You know, it could work.
What?
Cable tie.
So 2 mil. So 2 mil hole, okay? So you screw into it, okay?
Yeah.
And we'll just screw straight into this. But do you reckon that you're going to probably need a nut at the back of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Oh, so you're going to thread it?
Mm. Okay, cut a half hexagon going through. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's just try this guy out. So that's what we've got so far.
Not gonna get nut.
If we knew what nuts we were using at the back, if we were going to use nuts, I could actually make a thing that you could locate it and press fit the nut in there. That would kind of work. So what I'm saying is, what I could do is go something along the lines of okay, project that guy there. And then what we can do is go like so. Qantas SMS. What's Qantas what? I don't know what it's asking me. Why am I getting spam from Qantas? So, say you had like a nut thing there. You could do that. Actually.
Well, we see an M3 or an M.
Don't know. But you could just show you what I was going to do. You could do something like this, right? And you could go. You could go back in there again. And then what you could do is go.
Wait, is that a gap?
You'll see what is in a minute.
No, like over there.
I'll share. So what you could do is go. Oh, I'll get this one there. And what you could do is go something like this. And then go.
You know, on the outside, so you got a wall.
Yeah. You could go something like that, say. And then what you could do is pad this guy out. So go 3 mils. And what that would effectively give you, somewhere where you could press fit a nut at the back of it. And then what you would do is just screw straight into this, and it's going to hold it down, if that makes sense. But we're going to have to work out what nuts we're going to use. Or do you want to just screw straight into the plastic?
I don't know, originally I was going to lock it in. Originally I was going to use cable ties, but...
Okay, what I'm going to do, I've got an idea.
Cable ties are a little bit.
Yeah. I've got a pretty good idea.
What are you going to do?
I'll show you. We're overcomplicating this guy. Way overcomplicated. There's no need to do what I was doing. So I go like so.
What's your plan?
I've had, like I say, probably 2's enough, really. And then what we can do here, was it 2 mils I did?
Yeah.
Oops.
What's that?
Because I don't need to go all the way there, just to, there you go. And then what you would do is just screw straight into that.
Okay.
And worst case scenario for a break, I'll just print another one for you. Okay, getting lazier. Now, what else do we need here? Do we need a mount for the LEDs? I can do a rearward facing LED mount for you. So what I could do,
like what I used to have in the Avada.
yeah. So what I would do is go. That's better. Isn't it funny how you want something facing a certain direction? Okay. So what I could do. Did I do that? I didn't. So what I could do here, sorry, I'm talking to Thomas here instead of you guys, but is I could go something like this. Like that, say. Or would you go like that and bring it in? I'm not sure. Does the weight matter on this quad?
Nah, a little bit. It's really heavy. How much is the plastic in it? It's probably not going to add that much.
No, not much at all. So then what I could do is go, what angle, camera angle are you running on it?
45.
45. So if I go 45, that means when your quads...
Wait, is that going to be easy to print?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you can print 45.
45 easy, there's no dramas at all. And you could just stick a thing onto it. So what I would do here is go... Do you remember how wide the Volo LEDs are?
Oh, no. Do we go on?
Yeah, if you could. It's not going to be 12, man. This is big. Yeah, he's going to have it mounted on the outside. But having said that, if the design doesn't work, we can actually go the other way around. Outside. Yeah, outside definitely. So we can screw in and screw out easily. So if you can imagine, the quad's actually going off in this direction, and this is pointing backwards. So it's on the outside for sure. You got one? He's trying to find an LED for me.
One Volo LED.
Volo LED, and the width of it is, it's only 7. So if I go, say 8, that should be heaps. That gives you an extra mil. Actually, yes, it does. It gives you an extra mil.
Applying either side.
Yeah, either side.
Also, where's the wire for that going to go?
I'll fix that up in a minute.
Probably just run along the outside.
Pad. Mirrored. And the size is 21.1. So go 21.1. Here we go, 22. 22. And what we can do is divide that by 2, even though we know it's 11, but I still do this just in case. It's just a habit. So 22 divided by 2. And that should be the right length. Does that look right to you?
Yeah.
So when it's actually flying and tilted down, if you can imagine, that's what it's going to look like. LED should be pointing out. So the LD comes out, and we need the wires to go back in underneath, you reckon? Underneath is where I normally take mine.
Yeah.
Because that's where the power's going to be. If I go to this cutout, I can utilize one of these cutouts. Say go. Yeah, I think it may need a bit more support. 4. What did I do? Was something else that I missed? 4. There we go. Do you want to round it off too? I might round it off just a bit.
Yeah, why not?
Just a bit of safety. Yeah, I'll round it off. Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. I don't think this guy's going to break. Do you want him fancy, like put like little fancy bits on it, like
I'm not that fast.
Like that? Or do you want unfancy? It looks a bit more aerodynamic. What do you reckon? Doesn't do anything at all. Doesn't add any strength to it. Well, it does add strength. But it looks good, doesn't it? Looks a bit more high tech. Oh, and what we can do here, let's go. How's that? Just a little bit more high tech.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else. Are you happy with that? So all you'll do is slide this in.
Read the last comment.
Last comment. What in the world? Just watching random. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to screencast and see how it goes. Best surprise ever. I'm surprised that we've got 20 people still watching this. We've got 13 thumbs up. I'm really, really surprised with that because we're just sort of thinking out loud and
Designing a little part.
Designing a little part, yeah. I'm still not happy with that, but I think it'll do the job, seriously.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a big deal. And if you had you're going to probably break one of these once in a blue moon. And if you did, you could quickly change it out. How hard does it take the top plate out? No, actually, you don't have to take the top plate out.
Just these 2 bolts.
You just take the standoffs off. So what you do is unbolt standoff that way, and that way, and that way. Slide this guy out, pop the standoffs off, put new standoffs, put a new one in.
Yeah.
Slide him back in again. Okay, so that's doable.
One of the things I think it's not going to fit right now. In the Alien.
What's that?
Because of these.
I'll make that fit. I reckon we should change it to the configuration running.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Because the problem was when we had it the other way, we couldn't run every battery we wanted to. This way can run anything.
Okay. We can work with that. So you're happy with this?
Yeah.
We're going to slice it and print it and see what happens.
Guess so.
We've definitely got 32 mils, isn't it? 35 mils, isn't it?
Yes.
So that will definitely fit, won't it?
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it.
Did you model these standoffs in?
Yeah, I use that specific standoff.
Yeah,
that
these
you're
ones
using.
are thinner than normal.
Okay. So there you go. That's about it. What I'll do, if this thing actually works, I can see there's some A getting bent. Only having, yeah, because it's saying because it's holding onto the wall. So if there's any force when it hits, it's going to most likely bend. But I don't think that part of it's actually going to get hit.
Yeah, will snap.
Yeah, I don't think. Thinking about this, I don't think you'll have any dramas with this. Reason being, if you can imagine, you've got the top plate here, you've got a battery up top, and over here you've got the arms going out, right? It's really unlikely that this is going to incur any possible damage because the antenna is going to be going straight out. And the reason the antenna is going straight out is, if you have a look, when you're flying at normal angle Thomas flies at, that's pointing upwards and kind of backwards, isn't it? So I have a feeling the antenna is going to be safe. But if it's not, the good thing about it is it will tear the PLA before it bends. People have no faith in me, do they? No, look, if it does, it's not such a big deal because it's not my quad and it's Thomas's. It just means you can't fly his quad until he puts another one on. So I'm tired too. We've got to go out. We've got to go pick up my wife too. So I might call this design it for now, and we'll have a little bit of a think about it. Also, we might change this configuration back here, but this shouldn't add much weight to the quad at all, and it should print really easily. You don't need any supports or anything like that at all. So there you go. So what we've got is an assembly with 2 parts in it. Let's go here. Graphics. It's kind of a golden color, isn't it? There you go. That's kind of orange, isn't it? And what color would you go with this? Would you go purple? You don't like purple, do you? I got really nice purple. I suppose it's going to match, it said. Okay. And we're going to use our trusty, reliable Unify Pro. No, it isn't a typical PID. We've got to do a video on PID tuning. And it's actually, the problem we've got with PID, we've actually been putting it off, haven't we?
Yeah.
And the reason we've been putting it off is either Thomas has had schoolwork or something along those lines, or just when you think you've actually learned something, you learn something new and you realize, oh, lucky I didn't do it because I've just learned something new about PIDs. And then you learn a bit more, and then you learn a bit more. Maybe we should just do it. It's going to be a wrong video, but it'll be something, won't it?
Yeah.
Because whatever we know now is going to be wrong in a few months' time anyway, or a month's time.
That's CATIA.
CATIA, yes. Yeah, it's and 3D design, a package used most places.
Yeah, a lot of places.
As in, like, auto manufacturers. I think Canbrook use it. Aerospace, that's where I used it.
Toyota uses it.
Toyota uses it. So there you go. It's kind of weird the way it shows things, but you can actually go view. What am I doing here?
I don't know.
It's funny. I don't actually know what the menus are because I'm reading the text that's coming up, and I'm getting confused. Yeah, there you go. That looks a little bit more realistic. You can kind of see what it looks like. I reckon these may be a problem, but I have a feeling the way the antenna is mounted, it shouldn't be an issue actually. I might make those a bit bigger. Maybe go 3. And maybe oops. Will do.
I think Boeing still uses CATIA.
Yeah, Boeing uses CATIA. That's where I used it. So with my trusty buddy JB, J Black YouTube, check out his channel. He's the one that learned me everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
He learned me really good. Anyway, there you go. I just want to see what the screencasting works, and obviously it kind of works and people are communicating. I'm going to play this back a little later on to see how it all turned out. I might end up deleting this video. I'm not sure. So I'll see. Hey, thanks very much, buddy. Been loving what you've been doing, especially the satellite stuff is freaking me out. So some of the projects he's got on his channel are absolutely freaking awesome. But anyway, we will leave the video at that. Thanks very much for taking the time to watch this.
The guy saying like what we used to do.
Yes, I know.
That used to be good for us.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Until they kept popping off.
Yes, I know. But we're going to do a video shortly too on all the gear that we take with us, because that's all changed over the last 6 months. The gear we take with us, what we take with us flying, how our backpacks are configured. We're using, what backpacks are we using?
I think it's called a Flipside 400 or
Flipside 400, which is a low pro backpack for DSLRs. I don't like the low pro ones they've got out for FPV, but we've got one from Think Tank, is it?
Yeah.
And Think Tank, that looks really, really good, but we haven't used it yet. But I'll do a video on it, and I will. Missed all the cat action. Yeah, the heaps of action on with the cat stuff. This Slipstream. Want to go flying with him, man? We're gonna go up to Queensland, go flying with these guys. Yeah, check out Slipstream. Slipstream's channel. He actually does a lot of aircraft flying too and FPV. He's like a really cool person. He does everything, and they do climbing mountains and everything. They defy their quads. They're pretty adventurous. Anyway, I'll leave the video with that, and I will catch you guys the next one. I'll get this thing up on Thingiverse. I'll also get the fairings that I've made for the Impulse RC Helix. I'll get those up there. I'm doing some for the KISS ESC at the moment, so you can run KISS ESCs on it. I've got to do it with a 5-inch arm and the 6-inch arm. I'll get those up there too. But I'm going to get a whole heap of files up there, including my GoPro one, which I've been putting off only because I've never thought it was actually ready, but it actually is, isn't it? It's good enough, isn't it? It works.
Yeah.
So I'm just being too pedantic over it. Anyway, catch you guys later. Thanks very much for watching. See you.
See ya.
Got to work out the switches off. I've got no idea what I'm doing. Man, I think it's this one, is it?
Stop.